Hey everyone, this is Kruhl Sentru. Got a bit of a channel update. More than anything, I didn't want to leave you all high and dry. Oh, yeah, I should explain. This is sort of a sneak peek, if you will. So I'm not sure if any of you who are seeing this video have actually seen my old Minecraft server. It's, changed a bit. So basically, I found that there weren't any people who were willing to play it just for the community. They wanted specifically a little bit more than that. I can understand they like the mods, but not at the expense of not having anyone to play with. Let's make an instant staircase there. And this is a pretty interesting server mod-wise. Things like Thaumcraft, Townie, and MCMMO skills. Fun stuff. Anyways, what I really wanted to do, though, is let you know about what's going on. So I've just had a lot of chaos in life, and unfortunately that means channel server kind of got, not channel server, the channel kind of got set aside for a little bit. I guess I'm just going to go hack up some monsters real quick for laughs. Or something. Not sure. And so, yeah, mining lasers. The thing that's going on is that I had a really nasty time here. I ended up with like a month and a half to try to find a place, and I didn't. There's nothing, nowhere out there. Not in my price range. And so, instead of having the option to be able to get back to work, then I had to look at trying to find a home. And basically had to stay at a family member's house, but they're on a program and can only have someone there for up to 14 days a year. So that means I had no way of being able to get by unless I had a home like pronto. Well, after 13 days, I managed to find a place. It's a little bit too close for comfort there. But that being said, stuff happens, I suppose. But I'm here. I'm alive and kicking and all that stuff. So after that, then I had to move. So I've had to move twice in 2 weeks there, and it's been 2 weeks since the second move. And yeah, this is mostly Mining Laser that did all this, by the way. Just to give you an idea of what you can do. Mining Lasers, by the way, are Thaumcraft add-on adds on a mining, an arcane board, but it's basically a Mining Laser magic style. Anyways, but going back to the topic at hand, I'm just doing some minor work while I'm chatting. So now that things are starting to stabilize a little bit, oh, that's right, I had see, here's a mining laser at work. Why are you dumping stuff on the ground? How? I've never had it actually filled up the inventory before. I wonder if I didn't empty it. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I have to go punch a slime. Why punch? Unarmed combat skill. Anyways, so chaos and randomness aside, and if you've been watching my videos, you know this happens a lot. Chaos is my life. Now that things are stabilized somewhat, I'm still having a lot of trouble. I have had to put so much effort into things that I've run out of strength and haven't been able to get like all my boxes put away, etc. But I think I'm starting to get things somewhat stable, which means I should be able to soon be able to. Bleh, don't want to repeat myself, but I should be able to get the the videos up and running soon. Reason they're not going right now is primarily due to the fact that even if I do have, and I'm throwing stuff through a hand mirror, that's a magic mirror that sends it to another mirror that's actually going to be helping collect everything and put them into chests. Although it won't do it fast enough, so I'll have to go and intervene. Oh, sheesh. Got a few items here. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Anyways, so that means that the server will be up and running again. Not server. Darn your brain. Can't you work a little? I should be able to get the channel up and running again soon. But the primary problem remains the same. And that is that I have been absolutely exhausted and have not had any chance to get my strength up. And so unless I can get my strength up, there's not a thing I can do here. So hopefully that will be dealt with shortly. Well, if I've got one going, I might as well get the other one going. See what I can pull. So what that roughly means then is that within a few weeks you should see a few things happening. One is I am a little bit of time as I have time, adding in the links to correct the issues that have come up previously. Specifically, there is a problem with the only way to put a link in your video is through what they call an annotation, and they are not very well designed for YouTube. YouTube seems to be going backwards in technology over time. Go figure. But anyways, it basically means that it could take a bit to get it all up and running because I gotta be constantly copying this code over and over. Well, okay, not a big deal, but it's enough to where it needs to be considered, one way or the other, that this is actually slogging things down. And so after a few weeks, I expect that I'll have it completely up and running and be able to start editing and uploading the videos. I also need to make an end slate so that you've got little something that'll tell people like, here's the video and all that kind of stuff. Just so people can get an idea as to, where the playlist is, etc. Where you can find the channel. I mean, you should be able to find the channel easily, but it just makes it a little bit more convenient than anything else. Not really a big deal. But nonetheless, that should get the last one that I've been doing up and running. And alright, they can't mine cobwebs with a mining laser. It's the only thing that's invulnerable to them. Hate you. Sorry. I use an axe for my main weapon. My other weapon is, well, chain lightning. No real effect. Can't even mine those things. You have to have a sword to get through them quickly, and there's a lot of dungeons on my server with that. So I've started to develop a little bit of hatred for those things. Anyways, but no, it should be up and running soon, and then I'll be able to work with all of you, and hopefully be able to actually talk to you guys, see you soon, and all that. I do have, I had checked, at least a half dozen videos prepared that just need to be edited with the end slate, really, and then I can upload them. But it's just, I can't do anything until I make sure that I'm basically going to survive the next, chunk of time, however that might be. And there's a lot of things I've been trying to get in place, make sure I have, food and supplies. The place I moved out of is a different kind of place. It's more designed for medical needs. I didn't want to go there, but it was that or homelessness to begin with, because there's nothing that's within a normal price range anymore. The housing market's horrible. So now that I've gotten out of those places and found a place, that's great, but I have no kitchen supplies, no cleaning supplies, no bathroom supplies, and no medical supplies, because none of that is allowed in those places. They will provide that, yes, but you're not allowed to have your own. And actually, they don't provide medical supplies like they should. A lot of times you can get in trouble. You get something as simple as a cold, and good luck. Because your first cold, you have nothing. You have to get it approved by a doctor, and then go buy it. But you can't bring anything in, so the stuff you've already bought is gone. Yeah, I don't even want to get into it. It's BS, but it's more than that. There's some pretty foul corruption going on in our society. Probably don't need to go into that. It's one of the few things people can agree with these days, is that our society is corrupt. They have different ways of how much corruption there is, where it's coming from, what the solution is, etc. But that there is corruption seems to be the one thing people agree on. Oh well. Anyways, go eat a giant turkey thing here. Chicken, I guess. Anyways, so yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on that has been keeping me from being able to get things going, but I believe I'll be able to get things up and running pretty soon. And so then I'll be able to get Legend of Grimrock going. Like I said, I've actually got several recordings already done, so that's no big deal. Nothing spectacular or new there. Should actually be quite a bit of fun. I've enjoyed it anyways, playing it in the past, and I think I'll be able to enjoy showing it off a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of lag all of a sudden. I don't like that. Oh well. Oh sheesh, I've got a lot of cobblestone. Well, if you want to know what's going on with cobblestone for me, okay, so this chest goes actually into a magic mirror, and I'll show you where it goes in a minute, just for laughs. And then this chest has a hopper that pulls things out and pulls in the second chest. This is just to be able to create more room, basically. To put more things in there at a time so I don't have to wait on it. Because I get really annoyed at waiting at it on it all the time. But seriously, there's just this massive chunk of stuff I'm putting in here. Alright, so I am throwing a lot of stuff into here. I mean, a lot of stuff. Alright, so I'm out of room. So I'm gonna smelt it. I'm gonna need stone eventually anyways. Smooth stone. This thing will smelt things without using coal. So, first of all, where does the stuff go that's in there? Well, this is actually kind of in the construction area because I'm going to have to rearrange everything completely eventually. Right now, this is a caged up hungry node. It just eats things, basically. And so the stone is actually being sent into here, and then this allows it to slowly gain strength. And I do mean slow, but it works. Actually, I'm going to have to double check on that. Why am I not hearing anything or seeing anything? If I pull items out, am I getting anything through? Yes, I am. Okay, never mind. It's good. I'll just double check though. Wait. It is pulling them in, right? I'll check later. I don't have time. Anyways, so I'm basically throwing this into this vortex that destroys items, but in the process it will also give you a lot of extra strength to these items. And so it should be, or not to the items, but to the, whatchamacallit, the vortex itself will get stronger. It'll get more magical energy, which of course is really handy. Be able to fill up your magical energy faster that way. But I'm going to use it as a power source. You can corrupt it from a hungry node into a, tainted node. And tainted nodes are not nearly as dangerous, and then you can turn them into energized node, in which case it loses all special properties, including things like hungry or tainted, and just becomes an energized node. But instead of having like this one 4 energy each, we could have a huge number. I'm aiming for 100, which is going to be crazy, but that one's just clearly not a powerful enough source. Alright, so is that where all my cobblestone goes? No, not really. Okay, now I know a lot of you don't want to see Minecraft much, but just wanted to give you an idea. Cobblestone. 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 More cobblestone. More cobblestone. See, there's some more. Some more. I think somewhere around here. There. There's the one that's being filled up. Going from the bottom up. Right to left. Started over here. That's, for the record, 9 across, 6 down, times 64. You can do the math. Lots. Lots and lots. That's how much is in there. I have no use for it, and I'm throwing it away as fast as I can. But I got a few other things. I got a nice little flags. I like them. Kind of a symbol of order and research and technology is kind of the concept here, because it's a laboratory for my base. I've got a lot of stuff going. You know, it's just when you play the game a lot, you get there. Unfortunately, I'm the only one on the server that's really done much of anything. So, in the meantime, I'm taking advantage of the time frame to be able to fix some things. So, for example, these golems, mostly they work great. But there is a spot where they do not work. So I'm going to show you right now what's going to happen later. So I'm going to put out a reintroduction on this through this channel. I'll just upload the video, and you don't have to see it, of basically my server. This guy is a use golem. He's supposed to be able to use things. He can use switches and buttons fine, but Townie will block him from planting things or doing anything like using bone meal. So he will not work. I have contacted the developers of the plugin more recently to try to get some extra help on that. Finally got through, but I'm not getting any progress. It may just be broken. I don't know why, or if there's anything I can do to fix it. But the proper methods do not seem to be applying correctly. Also, apparently running my recording program creates a little bit of lag. This is just an artwork. Just, you know, when you get up there, you get bored. But there's that, and also, okay, I love axes in this game. The MCMMO skill will really up the power of axes. There's some really great swords here. Just want to show you, rough outline here. I'm going to work on the inside after I've gotten it built. But, the problem is there's some extremely dangerous enemies that can kill you in melee in one hit. Literally. And even the enemies that are just high-end, if you try to take them down with chain lightning versus using an axe, it's a laughable issue here. So I'm going to go ahead to show you what I'm trying to fix. I'm going into game design, but I can't do anything until my health's up. So in the meantime, just kind of dig around. So this guy's one of the tougher guys. Okay, he's got some chain lightning, so I've got multiple guys I'm hitting at the same time. So I'm keeping a distance. I'm taking some hits. I'm getting some wither hits on me. Ow. But I'm okay. I'm pulling up. They haven't broken through my magical shields. My runic shielding is still at full strength, so... Well, not full strength, but still held. I didn't take any actual health damage. Oh no, I took one heart. One half heart. So there. That's not a big deal. No problem at all. Now, I know that if I go inside, it's not going to be the prettiest picture. You're going to have to fight even tougher guys, but I thought it might be a good way to find some of the actual guys you would normally run across in here and fight them with an axe. And show you what the difference is like and see how much damage you take, like this guy. Okay, I've already collapsed my runic shielding once. Okay, I am almost completely dead. I'm going to drop down this runic shielding just so I don't die. Or not runic shielding, but yeah. It's down to half a heart of health there. I have a lot of runic shielding. We're talking about 1.5 full life bars of runic shielding, and they took it down that fast in melee combat. That's absolutely ridiculous. Well, I am on hard mode, but this means that an axe is not a fair weapon, even with MCMMO. Unarmed combat, you can disarm your opponents and be able to take their weapons. So that's got a utilitarian purpose above and beyond normal. But neither swords nor axes are going to be able to compete. Arrows can compete. Again, they've got range combat advantages. There's some really nice stuff going on through MCMMO and through some of the stuff like the bow of bone somewhere. Where did I put it? Doesn't matter. Anyways, and I got like all kinds of special arrows and whatnot I'm working on that'll like pierce through armor and stuff like that. And the bow of bone with all of its magical enchantments and stuff. So you can do that. Whoops, sorry. But you cannot actually compete with either the axe or the sword. Now, the axe is not normally designed. The sword, I actually gave better benefits to the axe for straight damage because the sword has a couple other benefits, including the fact that when you hit everyone in front of you in an arc. And you can't hurt your pets. I set that up. So why does it bring up a bunch of blank messages? Because I'm hitting several of my pets at once, and it's supposed to bring up a message that says you're not allowed to hurt them. I was trying to stop it, but it's not worked so far. You can also fly by parrying. Awesome. Friggin' awesome. Just saying. That is really awesome. So, yeah, I made it do less damage to make up for the area of effect potential and all of that. Whee! But I need to make sure that you have either range combat options with it or something else that gives it an equivalent. Maybe even have some extra defensive options or something nice. I don't know. But I needed to have something in there. So that when I get those two issues, the golems being fixed and the melee combat with the sword and axe specifically fixed, then I'm going to be able to make it work. But, yeah. Unarmed combat, I mean, I'm only getting +6 damage as much, but it's going to keep on ranking up much higher than it normally would. Same thing with axes, it's going to keep on going up. I've got, looks like, level 289 out of 1,000 max on my server. Yeah, well, my big one's mining, of course, 643. I'm a miner, and I've stopped mining hardly at all. I just don't. Why should I bother mining when I've got these things to do it for me? It's kind of what it comes down to. Whee! Sorry. I like my Sword of the Zephyr. Okay, now I'm just being stupid. Thanks for anyone who's actually gotten this far into my rather silly channel update, but I wanted to kind of update you guys on what was going on and let you know I am still thinking about you. I'm just in a bad spot right now. And I know other... even some of the more famous Let's Players have had lots of problems that have stopped them for a while, but I have not forgotten about this. This is still a channel I'm going to work on. I just have to basically get things under control. And you, sir, I would greatly appreciate getting back to your post. How many times do I have to do this? Don't protect this area. This isn't your area. Go back. By the way, it pushes enemies with your gust of wind. He's stationed here. He's one of my door guards. Twerp. Alright. I'll see you all another time. Have fun out there.